You guys are gonna see all my worst habits because, like, I bite my lip. Oh man, this is gonna be interesting. Maybe I'll just put like a Gaussian blur.
All my worst
face
habits,
so that you can't see it. Oh no!
You'll see me.
Oh no! I've dated this episode.
The amount of times
you'll
see me just doing this with silly buddy.
Hello and welcome to the Nerdiest podcast, the podcast where nerds talk about nerdy things. On this episode, we're just going to be answering some of your guys' Q&A because I know people like it when we do, like when you interact with your community, and that's a good thing. Obviously, as you can see, nothing has changed with the podcast. It's completely normal.
Literally nothing.
Literally nothing has changed. Like, it's completely normal. We're all just sitting here ready to answer some questions that you guys submitted on social media, which is pretty awesome. But to acknowledge the elephant in the room, that's right, I did get new sunglasses. Thank you for noticing. No, we are doing a video podcast. We're trying it out. These sunglasses do look really cool, though. So if you want to see all of the visual shenanigans we've got going on, you can check us out.
On YouTube.
At the Nerdiest Podcast.
And it's funny because if you were just listening on like Spotify, that made no sense to you. So
yeah,
go watch on YouTube if you'd like.
Not that I'm saying you should go listen on YouTube, but you can if you want to. Like if you wanted to listen twice. So now we have the range and the options. Also, something to point out, if you're a YouTube Premium member, you can download episodes and listen to them on the go. So it's kind of the same as Spotify.
And if you're not a YouTube Premium, you can turn on screen recording and let it play through the whole thing, and it'll save to your photo stream, and you can listen offline for free.
Yeah, but then we don't get plays for that. We don't get plays for that or watch time for that. Stop it. Don't give them that option.
That's illegal.
Don't
do that.
Yeah.
I'll call the police.
We'll sue you.
I'll sue you.
We don't have the money to do that.
Your sunglasses look like Willy Wonka.
I do realize. Hey, zip it over there.
In a good way,
Mr. Ratman. I do realize I have to be a lot more aware of what I'm doing on screen, because usually when the screen's off, like I can sit here and like fumble around and scratch my head and like all that. Now I have to be super self-conscious about.
Would you like to see the position I'm usually recording?
Everything.
Would you like to see the position I'm in every time someone else is talking for longer than 30 seconds?
Man just freaking PewDiePie's his chair over there.
What can you do this? Man.
Yeah.
We're already abusing our power.
Yeah, I think this is too much power for us to have. I keep motioning like I'm going to take the glasses off, but then I look at it and I'm like, it looks too cool.
I'd also like to mention,
it just looks dope.
The setup right now, you can't see it on the video. Microphone is here. Camera, Discord, Google Doc. So if I'm not looking directly at you and you're watching video, that's why. Because I have 2 other monitors.
You guys are going to see all my worst habits because, like, I bite my lip. Oh, man. This is going to be interesting. Maybe I'll just put, like, a Gaussian blur
all my worst
face
habits.
So that you can't see it. Oh, no.
You'll see me.
Oh, no. I've dated this episode.
The amount of times you'll see me just doing this with Silly Putty is every episode you'll see me just doing this with Silly Putty. It's fun.
The world is so much brighter without sunglasses on. I don't like this.
Prophetic. Can someone make a...
But I can see so much better with my actual... I see better with my actual glasses.
All right. Would you like
to put that on a shirt?
The world looks brighter without sunglasses on? What is that supposed to mean?
That's like one of those
hashtag
the world looks brighter without sunglasses on.
Hashtag deep.
Pastors be like, what's your sunglasses that is keeping you from seeing the brightness in the world?
What are the sunglasses?
That's like the perfect thing to go in one of those reels.
What is is the sunglasses in your life that are stopping you from seeing the brightness of our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. Let's pray.
Oh,
you gotta hit him with the
also,
let's
if
pray.
I keep looking down, it's because I have a beta fish now, and I get distracted because it's in my peripheral vision. Also, see, now I can't just cut things out or mute people. This is gonna be interesting. So yes, questions. You guys submitted questions on Instagram. I put one up on my own private Instagram. I put up on my public Instagram, the podcast Instagram. Jackson put one up. We've all got questions here. So do you want to go first, or do you want me to go first? Because I have a list. You have a list.
I can go first. I'm reading them straight off of Instagram, so bear with me. I'm gonna start with the questions that were asked on the Nerdiest Podcast Instagram, because round of applause if you ask questions there, because that's where we love to see engagement. So,
exactly.
Yes. Genre Geeks asked, what are some of your favorite movie tropes that get a good chuckle every time? Thank you, Genre Geeks. Great question. I thought long and hard about this.
Yeah, that's a difficult question.
That is really difficult. But this isn't a movie trope, this is more of a TV show thing, is if you watch those old Nickelodeon shows, like the Dan Snyder shows, you notice they don't know how to end a scene. Now, I think this counts as a trope, because there's an episode of Drake and Josh where they're all throwing a party for one of their friends who's going on a big trip, and then they notice there's this old lady sitting in the corner. And they're like, who's the old lady? And then they're like, oh, I thought you invited her. And they go up to her and they say, who are you? And then she just starts screaming at them. And then they all run out, they just leave the party, even though it's their house. And then the theme song plays. And it's things like that that consistently happen in these shows that really make me wonder, do you not know how to end a scene? I think that counts as a trope, doesn't it?
No, that does count as a trope.
Yeah.
A movie trope that always gets a good laugh. I guess that can include a character trope.
Yeah.
I would say probably I guess the overly comedic character who doesn't have a place there. The most recent example I'm going to use, I know we're a family-friendly podcast, but the most recent example of this that I can think of is Alan from The Hangover, because he's just kind of there. He's always making jokes, because Zach Galifianakis is actually really funny.
Hilarious.
But he's just always making jokes, and everybody else looks at him and is like, what? And just that off humor is really great. Just saying. But that's just me.
Me.
Is that comedic character. Yeah, so me.
Honestly. And every friend group. Would you like to we'll go back and forth.
Where's the lie?
We can go back and forth. You can do another.
Yeah, okay. So, I'm gonna go down to the bottom here. So, this question is from ZoeTrope_aught. What software do you use to edit your podcasts?
Thank you,
well,
Zoe.
See, thank you. Beautiful. Thank you for asking questions and engaging, because I need the questions. So I use, because I do all the actual podcast editing, I use Premiere Pro. I just slap everything on a timeline and I edit it. Now, Jackson has done some editing stuff. He edited the intro. I don't know what you used for that. He also edited the visual intro for the podcast that you saw at the beginning of this episode. If you watched it visually, go to youtube.com /podcast. So when you edit stuff for the podcast, what do you use? Because I only use Premiere.
Anything video, I'm always using Premiere Pro, unless I'm at work, which I'm using DaVinci Resolve, which I don't like, but that's neither here nor there. I'm using Premiere Pro always. The intro song I made in Logic Pro, and if I'm editing audio stuff, I'll put it into Logic Pro, because I think that's it's more audio focused. But now that we're a video podcast, Premiere is going to be the better choice. I always use all the Adobe programs, Photoshop, XD is my favorite program of all time. Adobe XD is one you got to learn. Illustrator's amazing. All the Adobe Creative Cloud. If you have the patience to learn the programs and understand that they're not stable at all.
Yeah, that sounds about right. Premiere also has a tendency to make my computer sound like it's taking off. So every single time I export something in Premiere, I take these pens and I just like pretend like I'm guiding an airplane. I'm like, breaker 19, you are cleared for departure. Flight from Toronto to France, clear for takeoff.
We've got
It's
2014
great, 'cause my computer will
MacBook
just, like-
Pro ready for takeoff.
Oh yeah, no, yours is definitely worse than mine.
Oh, it's so
Like,
much
mine
older.
is brand new. I think it was a 2020.
I still
yours
have
is way older
I
than
still
mine,
have
and mine still
USB
sucks.
ports, so get on my level.
Cringe,
Cringe.
USB-C gang.
I have USB-C cables. Look at that. Could a depressed person make
The
this?
only thing I don't like about having USB is I have to have like these little adapters now. And it's like I bought a USB bank because I needed something extra to plug my webcam and my microphone in at the same time.
Yeah.
So
Next
We make it
question. Next question. Da, 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 da. So, this is from the Niche Guys podcast. They're awesome on Instagram. They follow us and always interact. We always interact back. We love them. So the Niche Guys podcast asked,
Yep.
what are each of your top 3 favorite video games of all time? Which is great because we did an entire episode about this a while back called Top 5 Video Games of All Time. So,
is it bad that I forgot half of my list?
I mean, not really.
I don't remember
you can just
anything.
you can update it if you want. My list pretty much still stands. It's number 3 was Star Wars Battlefront for the Xbox One, the 2016 remake. I think that was it.
15.
The 2015 remake, and then Lego Harry Potter
That's
years
15.
1 through 4 for the Xbox 360, and Minecraft.
Solid. Mine is I think number 3 was Ocarina of Time. Number 2 is Minecraft because Minecraft is just so great. And number 1 is Breath of the Wild. Like easy, no contest. If you want to
Yeah.
hear me rant about Breath of the Wild for like 10 minutes, go watch the episode. It's on Spotify,
Yep.
Apple Podcasts, all that. And we also have a dedicated Zelda episode, so it's like it's there.
We
If
do.
you want to listen to it. If not, I'm not gonna do it again here.
Love it.
So, all right. Ooh, I get to do another one. Here we go.
Yes.
Also, actually, hold on. Peep the phone case. My pop socket is very interesting, and I don't want to put it on camera. But I do have a nice case. Anyway,
It's a picture of me.
right here, I have a question from. No, it's not. Nice try though. Next question is from Kylie McD6. What is
Thanks,
your favorite Disney
Kylie.
movie that you watched growing up?
Love you.
Thank you, Kylie. Fabulous.
That I watched growing up.
This is a hard question for me. I'm gonna let you go
Ooh.
first.
Favorite Disney movie when I was growing up? When I was growing up, Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs was my favorite movie when I was like 5. And then as I got a little older, Toy Story and Ratatouille quickly became my favorites. I was Buzz Lightyear for Halloween. And I had all
same.
I had all the toy characters, and I would set them up and then like peek around the corner and be like, "Oh, are they actually alive?" And then I got a Buzz Lightyear from the Disney store, and I ran home and brought it in the closet, and I was severely disappointed because it did not glow in the dark like it did in the movie. Absolutely tragic.
Oof.
I
That's a
took it to
yikes
court.
for me,
Took it to
dog.
court, and I won. What about you?
Took it to court, sued Disney.
It does not
I'm
glow
the
in the
one
dark.
guy
This
who
was
pulled
false
out the
advertising.
case against Disney. I think for me, it's probably either Toy Story or Cars, because I just remember like I had this huge tub of like all of the metal die-cast cars. Like I had 10 different McQueens, like 10 different Maters, like all of the things. I got Cars from Cars 2 too.
What?
was a good movie when it
Did
came
you
out.
just say Cars 2?
Did you just say Cars 2? Yeah, I did. Chill. deal with it.
Okay, I will say I also was pretty
so
obsessed.
it's either Cars or Toy Story.
I was pretty obsessed with Cars as well. So
Like, I remember I had like the Toy Story characters too, but see, on the bottom of their feet, I wrote my name. I wrote Nick on the bottom of their feet.
Get out of here,
so that
Andy.
way everybody knew they were mine. And also because I just wanted to be Andy. Okay, I want my toys to move around.
Oh my gosh. So this next question was submitted by Micah Fain. Thank you. But I do think this one suffered from some autocorrect. So
Uh-oh.
the question says, where will you be when the woe hits?
Where will I be when the woe hits?
I will be
probably
the one.
not here.
I will be the one hitting the woe. So, right here.
I will be one with the woe. See, I can't hit the woe, so
Thanks.
I guess I'll be dead.
So,
What can I
thank
say?
you for your
I'll be
question.
dead.
Regardless, I'm sorry that happened.
Yes, thank you for contributing. Thank you for contributing.
Even
Autocorrect
though
can be a pain.
It do be like that though. All right, next.
Oh. All right. Next question.
Oh no.
She's back. What can I say? Question from Megs _ last name redacted.
Thanks.
What is your favorite part
Okay.
about the podcast? Thank you,
You
Megan,
said-
for writing
thank you,
in.
Megan.
Thank
great,
you.
Great question. Love you. I think it's funny how you said Cars 2
I love
and then
you.
her spirit just came. You said
You mentioned Cars 2, and she just
Just like,
appears out of the void. What did you say?
What did you say? No, that's a wonderful question. Thank you for submitting. I always say, people ask, like, why do you spend so much time on podcasts? And I always say, it's not about the content you make, it's about the friends you make along the way. It's great, like, pirate principle of, like, it's not about the treasure, it's about the shipmates you made along the way. But, like,
Arr.
it's the greatest excuse to talk to people and like get the gang together like twice a week or like once a week or once every 2 weeks. It's just
You're not wrong.
it's a great excuse, and like it's just, I don't understand. It's so much fun. I don't know why. I'm just talking and it's so much fun. It's also just, I love
I talk all the time.
I talk all the
day.
time. So it's like, I don't know. It's just, I love making
I
content.
swear
what
I
it
know how
is.
to speak English.
So, what about you? You created this. You're the reason. You're the Tony Stark of this podcast. So like, what's your favorite?
Thank you for bestowing upon me such a high role.
I mean, Megan too.
my
She was pretty
favorite
OG.
part- Honestly, yeah, that's true. She was on episode 4, I think, was the first one. No, I kind of I can speak English, I swear. I'm kind of in the same vein as you of like, I like having people on and talking about things. And I've done, like, I did YouTube for a while, and I was like, oh, I could turn this into a podcast. Like, and I've always wanted to have a successful podcast, and now I do. And I just find it so much fun because I like our conversations in talking about stuff. Like, it's so genuine. Like, because, and I don't want to throw any shade, but I know there are some, like, forms of media where it feels very forced. Like,
That's true.
I'm not, like, calling anybody out, but I'm just saying, in
I listen to
media, it exists
podcasts
to a point
sometimes
where
that
it's
feel
like,
forced.
yeah, like, it feels very, like, the conversation feels very forced and, like, it's not as genuine. So I like you and I being able to have that genuine connection. So yeah, I'd say the interaction with people is definitely my favorite part. But if I had to pick a close second, it's making all of the thumbnails.
Okay,
Listen, I'm in charge of the thumbnail department, and
if there was a cult
it's
for
fun. What
thumbnails,
can I
he'd be
say?
the head. It's the only thing he texts me about anymore.
Whoa,
is
whoa,
the
whoa,
thumbnails.
how does this thumbnail look? Does it look okay?
Does this look okay? Yeah. Great
How does this
question.
thumbnail look? Does it look okay?
Great question.
Thank you, Megan.
Thank you, Megan. Okay, next question is from Sam Glass. Who's that? I don't know.
Oh.
She was
I
on.
wonder who that
She
is.
was on a couple episodes ago. You can go back. We did a whole interview. But knowing me so well, she said, "Best Taylor Swift album ever." Okay.
Oh, I can't even answer this question.
So, you do or don't?
I don't.
Okay.
I don't listen
I have
to
an
Taylor
answer.
Swift.
I have an answer. This is a hot take. But, well, okay. So, lyrically, best album, Folklore.
Hold on.
Lyrically, best album. Okay? Sonically, Reputation takes the cake. Because it's nothing but sonic bops. And the vocal stacks of songs like Don't Blame Me and, like, just... and then you go right into, like, the raw emotion of New Year's Day. Is that not an amazing, like, diverse album? Amazing. Reputation is my personal favorite. That's kind of a hot take. But I do respect the lyrical genius of Folklore and Evermore. And even 1989 is an amazing album. I love most of her albums. So great question. Thank you.
There's only one good Taylor Swift song. There's only one good Taylor Swift song. And that is Love Story. It's the only one I like. So, what can I say? I don't like most Taylor Swift otherwise.
All I'll say is Taylor Swift might come up again later. So.
Uh-oh. Oh, no. Oh, no.
My followers know me so
man.
well.
Okay.
They know me so well.
My followers, they know me so well.
My followers.
All right. Next question.
Next question.
Oh, yeah.
Da-da-da-da.
Next question is from Keyshawn Campbell. Thank you for submitting a
Thank you,
question,
Keyshawn
Very
Campbell.
fabulous.
Great question.
He says, what is your favorite TV show?
Ooh.
And I already know my answer. I'm sure everybody knows my answer. So I'm going to let you go first.
You go first.
Unless you don't know.
I'll think about it a second. Hold on.
Okay, so my favorite TV show, everyone's going to think like, oh, it's My Hero Academia. No, very close second. My favorite TV show of all time is Star Wars The Clone Wars. Fantastic show. Like, I don't personally think anything can top Clone Wars for me.
Okay.
The Bad Batch is pretty good, but, you know, not Clone Wars.
Is Clone
so,
Wars.
but don't worry. We're going to talk more about Clone Wars and Bad Batch at a later date. So, yeah. It's just Clone Wars is one of those shows. Like, it was the first show I ever started following on a weekly basis. So, it's got, like, that childhood nostalgia, and it was with me through, like, almost all of my childhood. So, that's... And it's also just, you know, a really good show that you should watch.
Favorite
say?
TV show. Do limited series count?
Yes?
Okay. Favorite TV show, if limited series count, WandaVision. If anyone that has known me for longer than like 6 months knows that I will, if someone brings up WandaVision, I will trap you in an hour-long conversation. But if limited series don't count,
It's true.
I guess Friends, because it's the one series that I constantly go back to. Like, it's such a default. So, it's just really easy to turn on any episode and enjoy it while eating like lunch. So, I don't know if I'll ever like stop just going back to Friends. Great question. Thank you.
Friends is good. Oh,
Friends is
Friends,
very
such
good.
a good show. We'll come back to that later, too.
Oh. Okay, next question is also from Sam Glass. Thanks for the interaction, guys. Oh my gosh.
Oh.
Says if you
God.
could choose any spot in the world to record a podcast, where would it be? Any spot in the world.
There are so many places. There are so many places. Oh, man. And I have to pick one.
You always talked about doing a podcast like on a trip to Japan.
Okay. I do think recording in a foreign country would be fun. If I have like a hierarchy of like the top 3 places I would want to record. Number 3, in front of Nintendo headquarters, talking about Switch Pro and Breath of the Wild 2. That one will be dated very fast, though. So, number 2, recording in Japan. Not necessarily in front of Nintendo Japan headquarters, but just in Japan in general.
Yeah.
And doing like, I could see a video podcast with like maybe Mount Fuji in the background, or like, because I know Japan's a very beautiful country, and I do want to go there. So I think it'd be fun to record there. And my number one, and I am telling you, I'm gonna do it one day. I want to record a podcast live in Disney World somewhere. I don't know where.
Okay.
But I want to sit down and record a podcast at Disney somewhere.
Okay.
I think that would be cool.
Okay. I can get behind that. Anywhere in the world. I just slammed my desk so hard. I've always liked the idea of recording a podcast on top of a mountain. Where like the air is super thin and so like everyone is like struggling to have a conversation. Like that sounds hilarious.
To die?
That sounds hilarious to me.
Like
so
My favorite TV show.
my favorite TV show is, and then we just like roll down the mountain.
Dies.
I also
Great episode, guys.
I saw on if you want to support the podcast. So I've also I saw this on Twitter. A comedian and fellow podcast host named Jaron Myers posted on Twitter that they recorded a podcast in a hot tub on his porch. And ever since then, I've always wanted to record a podcast in a hot tub because that sounds so fun.
Let's do it. I'm down.
I'm down. Go. Let's get a hot tub. Two bros chilling
It's not
in a
even
hot
my Blue Yeti in the middle of the hot tub. See, that could be a whole podcast. Like two bros chilling in a hot tub. Whole podcast. If you have a hot tub and want to start a podcast, we just gave you a great starting point. Please give us credit when you start that podcast.
Oh my gosh.
Two bros in a hot tub.
Oh my gosh, that's what the episode could be called. Two bros chilling in a hot tub.
And you can get like the logo can be like an actual like okay, I see the logo very vividly in my head. Like it's a brown background. You have like the hot tub, and then you got the microphone in the middle, and then you got the two guys sitting on either side of the on either side of the microphone with their arms propped up on the thing. I can see it so vividly in my head.
Okay, goodbye, Nerdiest Podcast.
I may have accidentally created just a new podcast.
So, goodbye, Nerdiest Podcast. It's been a lot of fun. We're going to go do the Two Bros Chillin' in a Hot Tub podcast now. Yikes.
We're sinking our entire life savings into buying a hot tub, hoping this podcast will take off.
Let's just get, like, an inflatable
Time
one.
for our third rebrand.
What? Season 4.
Season 4, Hot Tub Bros. What can I say?
Yeah, let's go. So,
sometimes I'm too creative for my own good.
Thank you, Sam Glass. Great question, and it went down the greatest rabbit trail of all time. So thank you. Next.
Incredible. All right, next question. This question is from Johnny D. Armstrong.
Thanks, Johnny D. Armstrong. Great question.
He said, who took that profile picture? He was referring to my private Instagram, my profile picture. In which case, you did, Johnny. You took that profile picture when we were at school. We were on a set filming, and I said, hey, I'm doing boom mic. Can you take a picture of me with the boom mic stuff? And he was like, sure. We'll take a picture. And then I was like, ha, this would make a great profile picture. So thank you for taking that picture, because it's one of the only good pictures I have of myself on my phone. And I was going through my camera roll the other day, and the gripe that I found is that I have over 600 pictures of Megan on my phone, right? And I only have 45 of me. And that's a problem.
Yeah,
and when I say 45, I mean like my profile picture on Instagram that was taken like a month and a half ago is the most recent picture I have of myself. All of the other ones are from like 2019. I have no good pictures of myself on my phone, and I hate it.
I love how direct that question was, and how obvious the joke was.
Yeah.
I appreciate that. Thank you.
Like, it was a very like meta, like calling you out question. It was great. 10 out of 10.
10 out of 10. NRG Baby, love that guy. He asked, "What's the weirdest thing that happened while recording a podcast?"
I'm sorry, that user. There you go. There's my answer to the question. Oh, there's my answer to the question. I don't know why.
NRG Baby.
That
NRG.
username just caught me so off guard.
You know what's
Oh,
you know what's
man,
even
okay.
you know what's even funnier is I know who that is, and I have another podcast with him.
Wait. Oh no. Oh no. Wait. Who is it? Because you only have one other podcast.
Yep.
And like that narrows it down to 2 people.
So it's not David. So that is
Yeah, I figured it had to be Talon. That's a
Talon's Fortnite account.
Listen, David is an adult. He's a grown man.
He's
He
married.
has a wife
He's
now.
married.
He's too mature.
She will
to
come
have
up
a
again later,
username
too.
Like NRG baby.
Baby. No, that's his Fortnite username.
She made him change his
So-
thing.
Weirdest thing to happen while recording a podcast.
NRG
sorry,
baby.
sorry to destroy your name. It's just funny.
Yeah, I'm sorry. It just caught me so off guard, out of left field. Whew.
Let's see. Weirdest
I'm
thing
good.
that
I'm
ever
good.
happened. I don't know. There's a lot of times that I've gotten really mad at dogs during podcasts. I don't know if that's really weird, but like the dog will like come in and out and like will not stop. So I get really annoyed.
You have like this unbridled obsession. Actually, no. I know what the weirdest thing that's happened was.
Oh.
It was when me and Scott were recording the Star Wars episode, like ranking all of the Star Wars movies, and it got cut out. But your dog came in and like puked all over the floor. and
Oh,
we
I
had to
do
stop
remember
recording.
that.
I cut it out because it was like
Oh.
a 20-minute thing.
Oh,
But
that took so long.
it was so weird.
Yeah.
Because then it was like. Because then just Scott sat there and was like, let me tell you about how my dog threw up. And it was like this whole thing.
So
Just
yeah,
like talking
we're
about
just recording,
dog vomit.
and then he
for
like
20
the dog
minutes.
literally just walks in and goes like it was bad. Like I think I blocked that out. It's traumatic. Ooh, that was a great road to go down. Thanks. Great question. Next.
Great question. That's the weirdest thing that's ever happened. NRG, baby. Next. Question from Lexi.bacon.
Thanks, Lexi. Great
Thank
question.
you. Why didn't Disney keep the Star Wars books canon? Well, the short answer is because Disney hates everything that they don't make.
That's true.
And they took
That's
the
why they
good
hate me.
stuff. Or, I'm sorry, the good stuff that George Lucas made, and just went, you know what? Yeet. And then they were like, so, sequel trilogy, anybody? Like, gang. Whew. Yeah. So, I don't
Pain.
know what it is with Disney, like just decanonizing everything, but it's fine. I don't know. They're doing
I don't
worse
understand.
off. So,
I do. My goodness, I do agree that I think they just hate anything that they don't make. That's why they hate us. But I mean,
it's true.
there was no point to decanonize the books though, because it was like literally just more content that they're like, no thanks. It makes no sense to me. That's a great
It's
question. Now I'm angry.
But now they're going back and like picking and choosing what's canon and what's
Yeah.
not, because like they've pulled stuff from the books. Like I'm pretty sure Cobb Vanth, who's in Mando season 2, was from the books. Like they're going back and now they're just like cherry picking what they do and don't want to be canon, because now they're like, oh crap, the fans actually like these books, but we've already like kind of screwed ourselves to the point where
Yeah, it's bad.
we can't just make them canon again. So yeah,
Yeah,
I don't know.
That's bad.
It's a whole thing.
Great question. Thank you. My turn. So, Plot Point Media asks...
My turn.
Thanks, Plot Point Media. Great question. Plot Point Media asks, what was your favorite video game when you were a child? Again, you can revert to the top 5 games episode. But growing up, we had
Loaded question.
we had a PC and we had a Wii and an Xbox 360. Those were the 3 I grew up playing. So I played a lot of browser games. So like Webkins. Webkins. Does anyone remember Build-A-Bearville? Like, no one ever talks about that. But that was my jam. Webkins, Bearville. I played a lot of Mario Kart. Pretty much any Wii game that was at Goodwill for like $5 we owned. Or like GameStop. The GameStop used games shelf was like our thing. And pretty much...
That was my heaven as like a 12-year-old.
You like $8 for like games that were like 10 years old. But and then pretty much every single Lego game we had on the Xbox 360. So, and then we just kept getting them when we got our Xbox One. So, that answers your question. I played a lot of bad games, like bad quality games looking back, but why are you pointing?
When you're a kid, you don't notice the awful quality of video games.
No, going back, I'm like, oh,
It's just a
I
video
thought this
game.
was good. Yeah, no, but it's fine.
Oh, man.
Did you ever get the
For me,
the DVD? Hold on. Did you ever get the DVD-ROM games from Wendy's? Because there was a point where in like if you got a kids meal, you would get like a DVD you could put into your computer and it would play a game. And there was like a Spot It game that I played. It was like Halloween themed and it scared me. I'm the only one apparently.
Never got that.
Terrible.
You want to know a game that I'm the only one? Way back in the early like 2010s, there was this game called Clone Wars Adventures, and it was like an online multiplayer MMO. Like it was an MMO for Star Wars. It was so much fun. One of my first videos on Super Star Wars Fan 67 is actually like footage from that game, and they had all these different mini games like tower defense. There was one where you could use the cruisers in the sky. You could take up lightsabers and go duel like different Jedi masters and stuff. It was so much fun. I easily sunk like 200-300 hours in that game, and then I didn't have my own computer, and by the time I got my own computer again, they had shut down the servers, and it was really sad. And I was like, oh, man, childhood, gone. But aside from that, obviously I had games on my 3DS, like Ocarina of Time, Minecraft on my phone and iPad, New Super Mario Bros. Wii. I, played on my uncle's Wii a lot. So, like, a lot of those Nintendo games from the early 2010s, like, that's definitely where my childhood is at in terms of video games.
Great question. Thanks. How many more do you have?
I only have one more.
Okay. You can do your one, and then we'll go into a speed round, and I'll explain that in a minute.
So, this question comes from the man, Talon Husling.
Energy Baby himself.
What is... NRG Baby, he back.
He's back.
He says, what is your 11th favorite Christian song? Not 1, not 10. What is your 11th favorite Christian song?
Taylor, why?
I don't even know how to find 11 because I don't know what the top 10 are. They're all silly songs, by the way. Every single one of them is a silly song. I can tell you that much.
As someone who knows him in real life, that is the most Talon thing you could put in a question sticker. Would it be like a Phil Wickham song?
Because I have like I have a Jesus playlist on Spotify. Hold on. I call it my Jesus mix. Man, this is hard because I actually kind of like some of these songs.
I actually do like a lot of these. It'll probably be.
I'm just gonna go with the easy answer.
Don't.
Well, no.
Don't say
11th is such a hard one because it's not in the top 10.
Because it has.
Oh no, Reckless Love is like in my top 5.
It has to be like, I don't know, just okay. But like,
Obscure?
I actually like some of these songs. I guess anything from like the Toby Mac
Okay,
Tonight
a just okay
album.
one that I would say is number 11. Whoa, don't do my man Toby Mac like that.
Well, okay, Tonight is just like Tonight didn't age very well. All of his other stuff, like I used to be like freaking obsessed, but I don't know how well Tonight aged.
Listen, when I was like 8, the only thing we would play in the car was Toby Mac.
Oh, same.
J Train was my jam. Oh, that was my jam.
Funky Jesus
Yup.
music. That's
Driving
where
around
it's
in the
at.
car. J Train all the way.
Give me that funky.
Oh,
funky,
yeah.
that funky Jesus music. Eye on It was my
Hey,
jam.
stop it. YouTube's gonna copyright claim us.
Sorry. Eye on It was my jam, but
I'd say probably my 11th favorite Christian song is a song called Live On Forever by The Afters. Like, it's very out there and kind of obscure. Like, it's one of those that's like, whoa, I've never heard of that one before, and I don't expect you
Interesting.
to have heard of that one before.
huh.
It's not a bad song. It's just if I had to put one in the 11th spot, it would be that.
Yeah.
Because my top 10 is mostly taken up by silly songs.
I'm gonna say Till I Found You by Phil Wickham is my number 11th. Because that's not a bad song. It's a good song, but I could easily
I've never heard
like,
that one. I mean, I probably have.
Like
but...
I can think of 10 songs that I like better. That's kind of where it lays, where it's like, yeah, it's a good song. I like the song, but I could easily think of 10 songs that are better. All right.
That's understandable.
Are those are all yours?
All right, speed round.
So, I have.
Yeah,
Hold on.
I'm out.
How many? Hold on. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 11 questions left. The thing is, they're all from the same person. So, remember that other podcast I mentioned earlier? Link in the description, Coffee Time Podcast.
Yeah.
With Talon and David. Well, David's amazing wife submitted 11 questions. So, Emily Bowman.
Wow,
Emily,
what a pro.
What a pro.
Oh, man.
Emily.
Good job.
Emily, thank you for all your questions. I'm going to go
Legend.
through. Her first question is, why is
Legend.
David car sick?
I can't answer that question. I've never spoken to David.
I'm going to say he drank too much coffee, he had bad coffee, ate too many M&Ms, or you're driving too fast. Next question. Who
Fair.
is Anna Kendrick? My cousin. Who do you think Anna Kendrick
Anna
is?
Anna Kendrick is knockoff Anna from Frozen.
Fair.
Or maybe it's the other way around. I don't know.
Why was I not allowed to watch Disney Channel as a kid? Because a lot of those shows, looking back, actually were kind of crazy with some of the things they got away with.
Not good for young children. Maybe not even the best for teenagers. So, yeah, there's your answer.
Ooh, there you go. Best Hamilton song, sing it for us. YouTube copyright system, bite me.
Oh, man,
Okay.
you're gonna make me sing.
Everyone give it up for America's favorite fighting Frenchman!
Lafayette, I'm taking this horse by the reins, make a break, cause when the blood stains Lafayette, and I'm never gonna stop it until I make a jump, but I'm a skeletal range, yeah!
Watch them raging when I'm escaping, I'm raging them out! I go to France for more funds! Come back with more guns!
Also, You'll Be Back is a good one too. I need your thoughts.
I'm gonna pass on the singing. Because my answer is the same as yours, and I think you just did such a great job.
Thank you. Sometimes I call...
You did so good, I don't have to.
You did so good, sweetie. Next is sometimes I call jerks butt bots. Thoughts. It's a very Chris Pratt thing to say, and
No.
I'm here for it.
I mean, I'm gonna have to veto that. I think jerk just works so much better. It just rolls off the tongue.
Butt bot is a little
And it's
weird.
one syllable.
Butt bot is a little weird. I'll do butthole, but butt bot is a little much.
That's just a knockoff, like, other swear word. Like, that's the one they put in the kids movie, because you can't say the actual swear word.
Oof. Listen here, you
Although,
butthole.
stop with all this swearing. I might have to put an explicit tag on the episode.
Listen here, you butthole. And then all the parents are like, oh. Top 10 Taylor Swift songs.
Oh.
I can't pick a top 10. I'm just gonna list 10 that I really like.
Okay, here you go. I got you. Ready?
Okay. If you say Love Story 10 times.
Hold on. Ready? Here we go. 10. Love Story. 9. Love Story. 8. Love Story. 7. Love Story. 6. Love Story. 5. Love Story. 4. Love Story. 3. Love Story. 2. Love Story. And, of course, number 1, Love Story. What can I say?
This isn't in
Taylor
it.
Swift's
This
10
isn't
best
in
songs.
any order. This is just songs that I really like. Don't Blame Me. Delicate. Cardigan. The One. Look What You Made Me Do is my number 1. The Moment I Knew from the Red Deluxe. You All Over Me from the Fearless Taylor's version is really good. The entirety of 1989. The entirety of Reputation. And Love Story. Next is
Hey!
Explain My Fear of Fish. The ocean is very scary. We don't know what's down there because humans can't go down there yet. Thus, there could be a million species of fish we don't know about. So, you could be afraid of the unknown more than you're afraid of fish. Here we go. This is a good one. Do you like macaroni and cheese?
I would
freaking
show you
love
my beta fish.
What? I'd show you my beta fish, but I don't want to scare you.
Mac and cheese.
I freaking love mac and cheese.
Yeah, exactly. But mac and cheese is the
But mac and cheese with the chicken strips.
Also, I don't know if you've ever had the smoked Gouda mac and cheese from Publix, but that is like God's mac and cheese. Like, that is the holiest of holy mac and cheese, and it is so good. Like, it is
That
just
is really good mac and cheese.
chef's kiss, amazing.
Would you kiss Andrew Stanton's hand for giving us Finding Nemo? He directed Finding Nemo, and yes, I would, because that's a great movie.
No.
Really? No?
Well, if it's to thank him for Finding Nemo, then yes.
Yes.
But in any other context, no.
Why stop at the
Absolutely
hand?
not. I don't know where those hands have
Next
been.
is... if he washes his hands first, I will kiss them. Says, how is Christmas
Yeah,
these
as long
days?
as he washes them.
As
then
long
we're
as he
good.
washes his hands with like a good flavored soap. Next is, how is Christmas these days? Christmas has never been better.
Mac and cheese flavored soap.
True story. 3 days ago, I walked around Target for 1 hour by myself and listened to nothing but Christmas music. True story. Christmas has never been better.
Christmas is too far away. That's what I have to say. It needs to be
And-
here now.
Christmas is a state of mind. It can be here now if you want it to, but also understand that it is a temporary pleasure. And at some point, you have to come back to reality.
Snap back to reality.
Yo. The goal's grabbed. And final question that we're both required to ask. She says, celebrity boy crush, go.
Ah!
Would you like me to go first?
Chris Pratt.
Chris Pratt? Okay, I
No,
respect it.
it's Chris Pratt.
I respect it. Ryan Reynolds. I can't say anything but Ryan Reynolds.
Okay, but can I flip it and do celebrity girl crush too?
Sure.
Actually, wait. Why would I do that? I don't know the answer to that question.
I refuse to answer that question.
Why did I even... Yeah, I don't even know why I posed the answer to that question. Tune in to our Patreon exclusive podcast where we'll tell you our celebrity girl crush. Just kidding. We don't have a Patreon, nor do I have a celebrity girl crush because I have a girlfriend. Oh, yeah.
My celeb... No, I'm just kidding. So...
Poor Jackson over there.
That's all our
Single
questions.
as a Pringle.
Nice.
What a guy.
So, final question. This is a question I will ask, and it's a question that came to me in the night. So, a new technology comes out
In the night.
where
Okay.
a new technology comes out. You can go to space for 3 weeks. Do you go?
No.
No.
There's no internet in space. I'd miss too much.
For 3
Do
weeks.
you realize, like, how much I would miss?
It wouldn't be during E3 or anything.
Oh, by the way, this podcast is being recorded pre-E3. So you can understand why I wouldn't want to leave for 3 weeks right now.
It wouldn't be right now.
We are on the precipice of the Switch Pro and E3 and Breath of the Wild 2. You can't take me away from Earth right now.
I would do it in a heartbeat. Can you imagine recording
No.
a podcast in space?
I mean,
Podcast in space.
Another
place with low oxygen.
two bros chilling in a
Chilling in
space
space.
shuttle. Floating around because there's no gravity.
I have this vision of an astronaut, like Earth is here, and then he's just like, "Hey guys, we're right outside Earth, just kind of hanging out." They like vlog the whole space trip. You wouldn't go, even if it wasn't during
Just like
E3?
sitting there with like upside down with a Yeti microphone.
So
Okay, if
what
it
are-
wasn't
so what are
during
your
E3,
thoughts
I
on
would consider it.
podcast in space, my guy, to the moon.
What are your thoughts on Earth is definitely flat, or I'm sorry, Earth is definitely round, as you can see. What do you think? What do you think, fellow co-host? Well, I think the Earth just looks flat. Definitely round.
Definitely round. Who are
Wink,
we to
wink.
say? Who are we to say? No one's actually
Definitely
been to
round.
space. Well,
How do we know NASA like doesn't just fly astronauts to the other side of a big LED screen?
They did that in an episode of 30 Rock.
We don't know. We
Um,
don't know.
I think that's it.
They'll never know.
I guess we'll never know.
I think that is it. We're also getting close to an
Wow.
hour, so.
Incredible. Incredible.
With that
Our
being
first
said,
video
what I'm gonna do-
podcast was a success.
Our first video podcast.
Was a success.
What can I say? It was great. Good job, gang.
Good job.
So, with that being said, thank you to everyone who submitted a question, and thank you, for participating. If you want to continue to like ask us questions, you can either go to the Instagram, because I'm pretty sure there'll be places there like you can comment on a post, or we can put up story stuff there for you. But if there's nothing on the Instagram, you can go to www.thenerdiestpodcast.com and go to the Contact Us page on the website. You can drop a question right there in that little forum, and then it will appear on another episode. If we get, more consistent questions, like people actually asking questions, then we will start doing Q&A segments at the end of every episode. But that requires you, the viewer and the listener, to participate, which
Ask
would be
questions,
great, because
darn
we do
it.
like answering questions. I think this was one of the more fun episodes
Absolutely.
because it's spontaneous.
And
So-
this is a community. I'm so proud of this community.
exactly. I'm so proud of this community.
Wow.
So, with that being said, thanks for listening today. If you want to stay up to date with the podcast, you can follow us on Instagram at The Nerdiest Podcast, or you can tweet us at Nerdiest Podcast. If you have feedback or a question you want to submit, you can do so through the Contact Us page on our website.
If you enjoy what we do here, consider giving us a 5-star review on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or anywhere else you listen. You can also share the podcast with your friends, as word of mouth is the best way for us to grow.
Again, thank you for listening, and we hope to see you in the next episode. Peace.